Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your August 2016 mid-month reading. They are a little bit late this month. I apologize. I've been doing some traveling, so bear with me and be patient. They will all be out in the next several days. So, I am using, of course, my beloved Gilded Tarot deck, drawing 8 cards for the remainder of the month, just like I do for the entire month. With an additional ninth card as your crowning card, overall general theme and feeling for the month. I also recommend checking your rising and your moon sign as well. If this is your primary sun sign, it may not resonate for you as predictively as your rising and your moon sign, but if you are like me, you may find that each of your 3 signs resonates for you predictively in different areas of your life, so make sure to check all 3. Thank you to those of you who are continuing to watch and listen and subscribe to my channel. Your support and your feedback means so very much to me. Thank you so very much for all your updates, for all your comments, all your feedback, and particularly where you tell me let me know both through email and on the channel videos themselves how the readings play out so predictably for you in your lives moving forward. And always a special thank you to those of you who reach out to me for personal one-on-one readings. It is always an honor and always a pleasure to read for you, and thank you for the continued updates on how the readings continue to play out for you in your lives. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can click on the little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage. That'll give you a little more detail and information on myself, the services I offer, and my contact information. You can email me directly at maggie_mcguire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you, so send me an email and we will go from there. I do love doing one-on-one readings. So let's get right into this. This reading is for Cancer for August 2016 mid-month. Cancer, August 2016 mid-month. What does the remainder of the beautiful month of August hold for the water sign of Cancer? Cancer, the crabs. August 2016 mid-month. Cancer, Cancer, August 2016 mid-month. I know Cancers have been through it for a bit, but I think you guys are going to get over it. Cancer, August 2016 mid-month. Cancer, August 2016 mid-month. Okay. We begin with the Tower in reverse. Excellent. Followed by the World. We are overcoming. The 5 of Wands in reverse, followed by the 3 of Swords in reverse. Wow. The 9 of Wands, followed by Death, Transformation. The 8 of Cups, followed by the Magician, and from the bottom of the deck, the Ace of Pentacles. Powerful reading, Cancer. Powerful. Wow. It looks like some of you, perhaps, who have been going through a difficult time or healing from something very challenging, painful, or even traumatic, it is as if the remainder of August and going into September, it is finally overcoming, taking the reins back into your own hands. Of course, depending on how many of you watching this may not resonate with you entirely. If not, go ahead and check your rising and your moon sign as they come out, because of course there's so many of you watching, it's going to play out differently for each of you. But for a lot of you Cancers watching, it looks like you're really overcoming some difficulties that you've been going through. So we begin, Cancer, with the Tower in reverse, Major Arcana card. In the upright position, it represents something unforeseen, something unexpected coming out of nowhere, kind of divine energies. I apologize for the light. I'm in Eastern Europe right now. I'm actually in Poland, and the weather is kind of fluctuating, and so is the light. So the Tower in the upright position, unexpected, unforeseen, out of nowhere events coming in which you have no control over, coming in and destroying or removing or greatly disrupting something which you thought was stable and pretty much secure and home, as is evidenced by this man falling out of his tower, which has been destroyed out of this bolt of lightning, completely naked, which implies a great degree of vulnerability. This can represent anything from, you know, like a home fire to a really traumatic traumatic breakup. I mean, you name it. It can be like just a major disruption of something you weren't expecting. And it can also be something very painful and very challenging. Now, you've gotten it in the reverse position, Cancer, which means it's an overcoming of that energy. And in some cases, it could represent like delays in certain things, but particularly compared to the rest of these cards and what I'm feeling, it's about you overcoming that, meaning that the healing process is it's still there. The energies of this are still there, but you're overcoming it. There's a healing energy. Things are finally coming together. And for you, it's a sense of kind of coming back into your own and becoming more self-empowered and aware of yourself and your value as a human being, male or female. Now, that Tower in reverse is accompanied by another major arcana card. What a powerful combination. The Tower in reverse and the World upright. Another major arcana card, significant energies, profound energies. The World card is a card of, well, on the surface being on top of the world, but it's a card of deep inner self-empowerment. My analogy for it, as you're probably familiar for those of you who follow me on YouTube, you've climbed a mountain and you've reached the top of it. You're at the pinnacle. And there's lots of other mountains in life, but for some reason this mountain has been of particular significance. Whatever this Tower card represented to you, Cancer, whatever you're overcoming and healing from, this World card represents that. You're at the top of this mountain and you're looking back down over everything it took, that Tower card energy, getting through it, everything that it took to get to the top of the mountain, and all of a sudden it hits you. I've made it. I'm getting better. I didn't die. It's all coming together. I know who I am again. I'm empowered. I'm strengthened. I'm healing. It's coming together. I'm valuing myself as a human being again. I'm starting to feel life and love and laughter again. It's about kind of having made it. It's a sense of achievement. For some of you, I mean, this can be, again, it can be anything from a breakup, a very traumatic breakup, to you know, the loss of someone through breakup, the loss of someone through death, loss of a job, loss of a home. It could really be anything, but something that was very challenging, very difficult to deal with. And it's about overcoming that and really kind of taking it back into your own. And that's how we're kind of starting the middle of August, going into the remainder of August and into the beginning of September. Now, next to that, Cancer, we have the Five of Wands in reverse with the Three of Swords in reverse. I love the reversal combinations you're having for the next few weeks, Cancer, because, again, they're about becoming empowering, overcoming, triumphing, overcoming challenge, negativity, pain, and coming back into your own. The Five of Wands in reverse. In the upright position, well, it's Wands, which is governed by fire. It's all about creating, manifesting, change, movement. It's a dynamic energy suit. The Five of Wands in the upright position can represent conflict, circular conflict, and kind of conflict where nobody really wins and nobody really loses, but the conflict never ends either. It's just kind of circular and continuous. This can also, for some of you, represent becoming better at something that you do by working with other people. But I'm feeling like for the majority of you, because of the energy of this reading, it's about, for some of you, and connected with this Tower card energy, it was this conflict. Nobody winning, nobody losing, just this continuous circular conflict, which I feel kind of culminated in this Tower energy. Again, it's an overcoming of that, and ending of that, and an ending of heartbreak and heartache too. That Five of Wands in reverse, that ending of that conflict, that ending of that circular conflict, is paired with the Three of Swords in reverse as well. So in the upright position, the Three of Swords, this is heartbreak, heartache, deep emotional pain, sometimes referred to as the breakup card. It's Swords. Swords is a suit governed by air, the element of air. So it's a suit that's all about, well, the airy world of what goes up on in our heads, how we look at things, our mental outlooks, perspectives, belief systems. It's about how we look at things and how we think about things. The Three of Swords, deep emotional pain, deep emotional heartache, deep disappointment, heartbreak, heartache, breakup. For some of you, this traumatic event that you went through was a very, very painful breakup or loss of someone that you truly loved, whether it was love and romance or through death or something of that sort. Some of you, this could be the loss or a breakup of a relationship because of infidelity or cheating. There is a triangular energy to the Three of Swords. So for some of you, this could be the case as well. But again, reversed. You're overcoming a lot this the remainder of this month and going into September, Cancer. It feels like a lot of you, I mean, based on this world card, this sense of self-empowerment of having reached the top of this mountain, it took a tremendous amount of effort, a tremendous amount of work and determination and resilience and a refusal to give in to all the pain and negativity. Now, next to that, we have the Nine of Wands paired with the Death card, transformation, as I like to call it, because death kind of makes people clench up a bit. So the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is a card about, again, learning how to overcome, learning how to get through, over, around something, re-strategizing. You can see on this card that this man, there's this group of 8 wands behind this man, and he's holding on to the 9th one. He's kind of retreated. He's sunk down to one knee. He's holding on to this 9th one as if it's the only thing holding him up. This block of 8 wands behind him represents something he ran into, an obstacle, a roadblock, a challenge, that Tower card energy. He wasn't expecting it. It came out of nowhere. He's retreated. He's sunk down. He's confused. He's trying to figure out why. What do I do? How do I figure this out? Now, the underlying energy of this is that he's going to go back into battle, which is exactly where all this self-empowerment, this work that you've done comes in, Cancer. This is about a temporary withdrawal, but not a full-blown retreat. It's about taking a step back. As you're overcoming, you're healing, you're also learning and gaining wisdom, because it's not just about, this is an awful experience, I'm going to close it off, forget it ever happened, and become cynical and jaded and closed off. No, this is about actually evolving through the experiences in our life. All of this happened. Let's take a look at it. What really happened? How can I keep this from repeating? Is this a pattern I've been locked into? What can I do differently? And then going back in and continuing on your road of life. This is about continuing on. This is about triumphing, but doing it in a smart way. This is about gaining wisdom from the experiences, and perhaps for some of you, breaking patterns. Now, that Nine of Wands is accompanied by another major arcana card, Death, transformation. That's what all of this is. It is completely transformative because, again, it's evolving, it's learning, it's gaining wisdom and insight and clarity. It's having your eyes open to how you operate, patterns perhaps that you've been locked into, how to look at things with different eyes, and because of that, how to begin to live and change patterns and begin to make different decisions and choices about things. This whole thing, as difficult and challenging as it has been, you've been brave enough to look at it head on, and therefore become more empowered from it because of the wisdom and insight and clarity that you've gained. And it's a complete and total transformation for you, Cancer. I just feel kind of this sense of like this phoenix rising from the ashes, and it's just such a beautiful, strong, empowering feeling. Yeah, it's like a next huge evolutionary leap that you've made. Now, at or towards the end of August 2016, going into September, because I feel like this is, I mean, transformation like this is not limited to 2 weeks or even 4 weeks. This is an ongoing process, but it looks like there's been some very big achievements for those of you for whom this reading applies. So at the end of August 2016, around there, time being fluid, of course, we have the Eight of Cups, followed by the Magician. So the Eight of Cups. Cups is governed by water, so it's all about that fluid, watery world of feelings, emotions, love, relationships, all different kinds of love, all different kinds of relationships. Again, for some of you, this is going to be love romance based. For some of you, this could be about a job, a career, a home, a death of someone, really a variety of different things. The underlying fundamental definitions remain the same, and I rely on you, as I always do, to give me feedback on how it specifically applies to your life. So the Eight of Cups is a card of leaving, definitive leaving. Again, it's like you have just, you're empowered. Definitive leaving. This is not a decision-making card. This is not a card that has the energy of, oh, I need to make a decision. Do I do this? Do I do this? No, this is a card of saying, I'm done. I'm done with this. I've learned what I needed to learn. I've taken a good, hard, brave look at it head on. I've taken my wisdom, my insight, my clarity, and I'm moving on. He has made the decision to move on. His back is turned to us. He's dressed for travel. He has his hat on, his cloak on, his walking staff in his hand. The only thing that remains is which direction he's going in, but he has made the decision to leave this behind. You can see these 8 cups behind him. Some of these cups are tipped over and spilled out, and some of them are upright and full. And the implication being that he has tasted and drunk from most of these cups, if not all of these cups. And at the time, he thought it was what he wanted. He thought it was going to turn out a specific way, and it didn't. Ultimately disappointed, and it wasn't what he expected it to be, wasn't what he thought it would be. Again, that Tower card energy. And he has, after all of this, made the decision, I'm done with this, I'm turning around, I am walking away because this does not serve me anymore. My joy and fulfillment does not lie in this. So I am making a definitive decision. I am leaving, I am walking, and I am in search of my true joy, my true fulfillment, my true happiness. That Eight of Cups is accompanied with another major arcana card. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards. That Eight of Cups, that card of definitive leaving, the Magician card, major arcana. Magician is an intelligent, smart individual. He has walked quite a road of life. He has a lot of experience behind him, as you have too, Cancer, everything you've been through. He's now reached a point in his life he's learned through his wisdom, his insight, his trial, his error, success, defeats, triumphs, failures, everything. He has not allowed the pain, the negativity, the failures to allow him to get stuck. Instead, he has taken a brave look at them, gotten what learning lessons and wisdom he can, and he's using them as tools. Now he has all the tools, all the wisdom, all the experience, all the knowledge. Now he can move forward. He's a magician. He can create whatever he wants to create, build whatever he wants to build, manifest whatever he wants to manifest. He is the driver in his own seat. He's the creator of his own destiny now. That's what's happening. You're walking away. You are manifesting the energy of the Magician. I mean, it's just an absolutely powerful, powerful reading, Cancer. Very powerful. Now, your crowning card underscores the whole thing. It is all about new beginnings. We are moving into new beginnings. We have the Ace of Pentacles as your crowning card. Pentacles governed by Earth. This is tangible. This is concrete stuff. It's governed by Earth, so it's about things in our earthly, tangible environment. Now, we can often, Pentacles, the suit of Pentacles, can often represent things like money, finances, property, home, resources, assets, tangible, physical, worldly things. But you can apply those same energies to any sector of your life. It's about tangible results from efforts you've put into something. Aces represent the ones, of course. This is about beginnings, new paths, promise, potential, seeds. Now remember that seeds in themselves can contain the promise of a beautiful, great big huge oak tree, or whatever is the potential in that seed. But they're seeds, so they still need to be planted, fertilized, watered, nurtured, taken care of, so that they can fully manifest the potential that lies in their little seeds. Otherwise, they just fizzle out in the beginning if they're not taken care of and followed up on. So remember that. But this is a tangible new beginning. I often refer to this as the moving card. So for some of you, part of this new beginning, part of this leaving behind, part of this walking away is an actual physical move. Some of you are actually moving to another location, another state, another home, another apartment, perhaps another country. And for some of you, this new tangible beginning is just, it's more internal. It's not maybe quite so visible in a concrete sense, but it is nonetheless that powerful and nonetheless that realistic and that fundamental and grounded for you. New beginnings for some of you. How it manifests specifically, of course, is going to play out differently because there's so many of you watching. You'll have to let me know how that plays out. But Cancer, my goodness, what an absolutely impactful, powerful reading. So you'll have to let me know how this works out for you and how this plays out for you, for those of you for whom it resonates. For it doesn't, again, for those of you for whom it doesn't, again, watch your rising and your moon sign. But I hope that for those of you for whom this reading does apply, that it brings you some wisdom and insight and really a sense of accomplishment, because wow, you've really done it. Hats off to you, and I hope you find it useful in some way. And again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading, just click on the About button on my channel's homepage, and that'll give you more detail and my email address. You can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. And until I see you again in a couple of weeks for the September 2016 general readings, as always, Cancer, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.